Recently, there have been a load of rumours floating around the internet about some new rides coming to the Alton Towers Resort for 2021. And at this point, it seems like these rumours are pretty much confirmed.
If your focus ready, please stay in the car.
Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is TheJackSilkstone and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be talking us through everything that we can expect to be coming to the Alton Towers Resort in the 2021 season. That's right, I recently did this exact video but for Thorpe Park, where I discussed new rides and events that could be coming to the park this year. And yeah, today we're heading up north to discuss the Alton Towers Resort with their brand new rides, events, and maybe even some secret new rides, which I'll get onto a little bit later on in the video. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Now, first of all, I need to discuss the fact that we now have an official opening date for not only Alton Towers, but every other major UK theme park. And that was, of course, announced by Boris Johnson, who said on April the 12th, outdoor leisure facilities can open. And of course, this is super exciting news, especially for me as a theme park enthusiast and vlogger. Yeah, there's going to be loads of videos coming from myself as soon as the theme parks open on April the 12th. So yeah, be sure to subscribe to this channel to be notified when all of those fun vlogs do come out when the time comes. Now, if you clicked on this video, then I'm sure by now you already know what the big new addition to Alton Towers in 2021 will be, and that is because it was due to open back in 2020. However, because of the whole pandemic and everything, this big new attraction did get pushed back into 2021, and that is of course Gansta Granny the Ride, which is the brand new dark ride opening at the park within the World of David Walliams area at the park. There would also be other rides such as the Royal Carousel and Raj's Bouncy Bottom Berth, as well as Raj's shop where you can go and pick up some awesome merchandise. And yeah, in terms of the area itself, it was near enough ready to go in 2020. However, as I mentioned, because of all of the restrictions that came into place here in the UK, everything did get pushed back. So everything has pretty much been sitting there ready to go for over a year now. So we haven't got a lot of new news to discuss in terms of this. However, recently Alton Towers did upload an exclusive behind the scenes video which shows some never before seen parts of Gansta Granny the Ride. As you can see, the video features the ride's creator, the man himself, John Burton, absolute legend. And yeah, he kind of talks through some of the processes that went into building this ride. Now, just to note, this video, it seemed like was filmed way back in 2020. As John mentions, they're 4 months into the build process.
And we're about 4 months into the build now.
So a lot of this footage is very old, but it still gives us a great insight. For example, at one point, John says this.
And this scene's brought to life through projection mapping, lighting, and we've also got clever audio built into the ride vehicle that will help really make you feel like you are there with Banning Granny. This is the biggest challenge we have in this scene, as it incorporates so many different elements that we've never incorporated in one attraction's one scene ever before.
And yeah, stuff like that is just super exciting because it means that they're kind of introducing these new technologies such as projection mapping, which Alton Towers used incredibly on their latest roller coaster, The Wickerman, in the pre-show. That projection mapping is some of the best I've ever seen. And yeah, they're kind of taking that technology and putting it into Gansta Granny. But not only this, but as you can clearly see in the video, there are also physical set pieces, which in my opinion makes up a fantastic dark ride. There's going to be a nice mix of new technology, but also nice traditional actual physical sets. And I think that's a perfect mix. And yeah, overall, this behind the scenes video just made me even more excited to go and check out a Gansta Granny. Unfortunately, we do not yet have an official opening date as to when it will open. I doubt it'll be opening when the whole park opens on April the 12th. All we know at the moment is that they're preparing for a spring opening. So that could be any point really. So moving on now from something that we know is 100% confirmed going to be opening in 2021 to something that's a little bit more up in the air. And that is all to do with the fact that we could potentially be getting some form of virtual queuing system implemented into the resort infrastructure this year. That's right, this whole rumour kind of came about in early February this year when a job description was posted by Alton Towers which stated that the applicant would be being the point of contact for any guest queries or feedback regarding virtual queuing for the resort box office operation, and to ensure all rental devices attributed to virtual queuing are well maintained. So yeah, as I said, this is all a bit up in the air at the moment. No one really knows if this is confirmed or just an idea that the park were playing with. However, it sounds like if it does come to fruition, then you could be virtually queuing on, say, the Alton Towers app, or if you don't have the app, it did mention about a rental device. So yeah, I know certain other theme parks around the world have done this system. Like I know myself and my girlfriend went over to Wallaby Holland last summer. All of their major coasters, you queue virtually in an app before then joining the queue and pretty much instantly getting onto the ride. And it seemed to work very well. And obviously the big companies such as Disney, their entire fast track system was previously done in this kind of virtual queue kind of way. So who knows whether if this is just an idea that the park are maybe thinking of implementing, or if they're just going to implement it for fast track users, or if it is going to be, if you want to go on a big coaster, everyone's going to have to do this virtual queue. I really don't know. It's one of those things that we're going to have to just wait and see. Now, another thing that you can experience this year at Alton Towers, and this is actually a bit of a hack, because if you want to get into the park earlier than the official opening date, April the 12th, then once again this year, Alton Towers are running their Gardens event, which this year is going to run from the 29th of March through to the 11th of April. And yeah, just like last year, the event will allow you to essentially just go and walk around the beautiful Alton Towers gardens. Last year, myself and the lads headed up there to the garden event, and it was actually really nice. Like, we just had a really chilled day walking around the park. After a very long lockdown, it was just nice to be out of the house again and seeing the beautiful Alton Towers grounds. Other events that we can expect to see at the park this year include the wonderful Oktoberfest event, which we can expect to take place once again in September. It was introduced to both Alton Towers and Thorpe Park last year, and oh my god, it was amazing. Absolutely one of my favourite events that the Merlin parks have ever put on here in the UK. The atmosphere was just incredible. We had so much fun up at Alton Towers Oktoberfest last year. There's also the classic Scarefest, which will be taking place in October. Unfortunately, I'm not quite as invested into the whole Scarefest ecosystem as I am with the incredible Thorpe Park Fright Night, so I can't make any predictions this early, but as soon as we do get any Scarefest news as for what mazes we can expect this year, I'll be sure to let you guys know on this channel, so be sure to subscribe. And as well as Scarefest, we can also presume that we will be seeing the return of the fireworks event this year. Unfortunately, it had to be called off in 2020. However, it's one of the park's biggest events of the year, so I can presume they'll really be wanting to see it return for 2021. And that brings us to potentially the most exciting part of this video, because recently there have been a load of rumours floating around the internet about some new rides coming to the Alton Towers Resort for 2021. And at this point, it seems like these rumours are pretty much confirmed. That's right, we are almost certain that Alton Towers will be adding a number of fairground style flat rides around the park in 2021.
Have your tokens ready? Please pay in the car.
I do have to admit, I do find this very funny. And I'm not at all saying that it's a negative thing for the park. In fact, to be honest, I think it's the complete opposite. I'm super excited to go and check these out. If anything, it's just new rides coming to the park. And yeah, whilst they might look a little bit funny and out of place, you know, everyone laughed at Thorpe Park when it came out that they'd be getting a big bouncy castle for their 40th anniversary. And look how good Bouncezilla turned out to be. Everyone had an absolutely fantastic time on Bouncezilla, and I'm sure these new rides coming to Alton Towers this year will be just as fun and will provide great entertainment for everyone that rides them. As for where these rides are going to be located around the park, originally a lot of people thought they'd just be on the lawns. However, it seems like Towers are going to be actually placing them in spots around the park where flat rides previously have been, such as the old Ripsaw site and maybe even the Submission site and a number of other sites around the park. And yeah, just to be clear, the park have yet to say anything about these new rides, so it's not 100% confirmed. However, it pretty much is. Like, there's a good bit of evidence out there. I'm not going to show anything on here just because I don't want to like leak anything that the park might not want to be out there. But if you look hard enough online, there's definitely some pretty substantial evidence that this is probably going to go ahead. And yeah, as I said, I personally am super excited, and yeah, I can't wait to go and check them out in person. And who knows, maybe if the park see that people are actually enjoying having like loads of these little flat rides dotted around the park, then they might think, right, it's time to start investing on bigger, more permanent flat rides, because it's been something that us enthusiasts have been wanting for ages at Alton Towers, like more flat rides around the park, and this could be the initial kind of step to getting more flat rides. I personally am super excited to get back to the park, and as I said, as soon as I do visit on that first opening week, there will be a video straight out on this channel, so be sure to subscribe to be notified when that is uploaded. And if you did enjoy this video, it'd mean a lot if you left a thumbs up, and of course comment down below what you think about these new additions to Alton Towers in 2021. I'll be reading through those comments and replying back to you guys. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching this video. My name is TheJackSilkstone. Goodbye.
Dripped out, now I'm vibing. Link with the boys, jump straight to the island. Silkstone flex on a wave like tidal. Style so crazy, I hit it in a silence.